Hooked on Driving is a great program designed for those who want to take their personal cars on track with the added benefit of optional instruction from trained professionals. The program also offers attendees a safer and more controlled environment for track time, as opposed to open and continuous lapping. Much like racing school, there is classroom time, guidance, instruction, designated passing zones, and a set schedule allowing each group of cars ample time to warm up to the track and experience the limits of their cars in the most responsible and fun way possible. Cars are grouped based on driver experience, not horsepower or price tag numbers. See that hand gesture I just made? That's a courteous, I see you behind me and will let you pass at the next passing zone. That's another great thing about Hooked on Driving, or HOD. It's not a Formula One race, and you're not competing for a championship. Everyone's on their own level and competing with themselves, improving based on their own comfort level. Throughout the day, I made it a point to let any faster cars by and worry about my own speed in line of the track. It's not always about how fast you are, rather it's about how comfortable you are going at speed. You can't be the fastest unless your line is perfect. You can really hear the exhaust note on this camera angle. Although this video gives you a clear idea of what racing on track is like, the speeds you experience don't quite translate into a high-speed feeling watching the video. But trust me, I was pushing the car and my limits all while keeping it safe. After this compilation of different camera angles showing each corner of the track, I'll go through what a lap is like on the famous Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. Keep in mind rain was starting to fall, so I avoided all the painted portions of the track, aka rumble strips, because those are the most slippery. Under dry conditions, you'd want to hit all rumbles depending on the corner to maximize the track. Upshift from second to third gear, and then to fourth gear, full throttle here, pedal to the floor. Line yourself up under the ZDA of Mazda, and although it's a blind part of the track because you can't see what's ahead, keep the pedal down. Just trust that the track is still there. Once you see the brake markers, brake, downshift to third, brake, brake. Turn in for the first of two apex. Track out a little, hitting the second apex. Track out and accelerate, setting yourself up for the next corner. Braking for this corner, it's a late apex, hitting that apex, the red patch there, accelerating. This next corner only requires a little bit of braking. Do light brake, then turn in. Accelerating out, upshifting to fourth, it's the back straight so you get some high speeds here. Accelerating until you see the braking markers after the mother sign. Downshifting to third. Hitting this apex and upshifting to fourth to avoid being docked for over 90 decibels. That's why only light throttle here. And after this bridge, you downshift to third and brake for this corner. Staying in third gear to keep momentum up the hill and setting up for the famous corkscrew turn. That's where you're going to need more brake, and that comes up now, brake, and you're turning in, aiming yourself at the tree straight ahead, trusting that it's there, and you go down the hill, accelerating off the hill, accelerating, setting yourself up for this upcoming corner down here. Not too much brake here, turning in, hitting your apex, accelerating. Once you hit the brake markers, brake and downshift to second, preparing yourself for the straightaway after you hit this tight apex. It's quite a different experience driving your own car on track as opposed to a racing school car. There are benefits and disadvantages to doing this, the major one being damage to the car. That's not to say that damage to school cars doesn't happen, but the insurance you have for your car on the street will not cover anything that happens on the track, unlike optional racing school insurance. That's why I make it a point not to exceed my limit and to keep it at about 8/10 of my comfort level. Everyone's different, and someone else's 8/10 could be 3/10 for me, but that's why track days are so great. You get to continue pushing and improving every time, ultimately resulting in one goal: finding the car's limits and having a blast. I'm definitely going to be attending another track day in my car very soon.